So if we delve a little bit into the system, so let's take a look at one that has data that is sending currently. So you can sort by any of the column headers on here to find the one you're looking for. So if we go and look at this system here, this gives us the details of this system. So it gives us the customer, the device, the digester, and any appliances that are attached. Down the bottom we have a timeline, so we can add an event to the timeline, we can create a note, we can report some feedback, put some details about an installation or a repair, and we can add some files to that as well. So if we click on data, this is probably the most interesting section. This is the bit that we're all interested about. So at the top here it gives us some information about the very latest data that has been reported by this unit. So we can see the smart meter contacted us 13 minutes ago. It's got good connectivity and good battery, which is excellent to see. The pressure of this digester was 8.3 kilopascals, and the volume of gas that has been consumed today is 220 litres, isn't it? 0.22 meters cubed, and then it gives you the total gas volume of the system for all time as well. So if we look down at the graph here, this could be quite familiar to you. So we've got the different parameters in blue here. We have pressure, so we can see the pressure has been around about 8.3, 8.4 all day, and then we have pink is the flow rate. So we have flow rate most of the time is 0, but then we have spikes in flow rate here, for example, and over here. Similarly, we can see the gas volume over here. So we can change the date range as well, so you can look, for example, the last 7 days. We can have a look at that, so we get a clearer picture on a day-to-day basis how much gas is being consumed and the average pressure over that day as well. All of this data can be downloaded. If we click the download button, it gives us two options. We can either download just the volume data, which will give us information about each time period and the amount of gas that has been consumed within those time periods for this one system, or we can choose the pressure and flow data, which will give you a minute-by-minute CSV file, so you can use it in Excel. It will give you the minute-by-minute breakdown of pressure and flow. So you can go and take that and use it in another application. You can do your analysis as well, which is pretty useful. The only other thing to mention here is that we can also add the internal temperature of the system as well. So this comes from directly inside the smart biogas device. So generally it reports ambient temperature, but sometimes it will report if it's in the sun, for example, it will get a lot hotter. So you can track that. So here we can see the internal temperature is pretty steady around 25, 23 degrees every day on average. And you can turn other things off. So if you're not interested in flow rate and pressure and you just want that gas volume graph, you can do that as well. Lastly, in here we have the analytics tab. So we can see different events. So we've got, again, over this timeline here, for the past 7 days, this system has had 8.5 hours of usage. We think that there has been 14 hours of venting during that period, meaning that the digester has been full and the gas is being released to atmosphere as it's being created. And here in the table is a breakdown of those events, essentially the analytics events. So we have times when the gas is being used, and we've got times when the venting has happened, venting has occurred, and it gives you an idea of how long that event was and the amount of gas that was used or vented or whatever it was during that period. So we can scroll back in time as well and have a look at all this information, and you can download this information here. So if I go back to the systems page, we can see, let's filter again so that we've got the latest data on top. This gives you an overview of all the systems. You can search and filter, so you can filter by ones that you've shared in a particular group. You can filter by the type of digester, the appliance, and filter for if one of your smart meters has not been sending data recently, you can filter there. Last thing to mention here is that you can download summaries for all of your systems. So if I click the download button, you can see that you can download the metadata for all of your systems. So this will give you a list of all your systems. It will give you the list of the customers, the digesters, and all the information that's associated with those systems. You can download a daily gas volume report, which will give you a breakdown of for each of the 97 systems that we have available. It will give you a value for every day, how much gas it has been consumed from that system. So we'll ask you, okay, what's the date range that you would like to download? So we can say again, last 7 days, and we can get the data from the last 7 days. And similarly, we have a statistics report, which will give you information on a per system basis. It will say, it will give you information like what was the average daily consumption, what was the average pressure over your time period, what was the minimum and maximum flow rates over that time period, and other statistics.